why we come back very early?
Because you did not to finish all, but I know that you try to move on or get over on something, and the idea of you tried out all correct. And also now Ajahn Pimpisa is the representative of one group, and Ajahn Ajahn Pinchan is going to be one representative of the groups. So you don't need to ask all the questions.
For group 1, we have prepared for teacher Choktavi.
Oh, Ajahn Choktavi, now
Yes.
you are going to help Ajahn Pimpisa. Shall we start? 3, A or B, you choose to ask your friend. Let's go.
Okay, so student, can you please see picture A? So starting from P represent past and F is future, and now at the center of the line. So have it happened in the past? What do you think? Have it happened in the past?
Ajahn Choktavi, you can nudge someone if you want, if you dare slower, but not your team, okay?
Okay. So once again, everybody, have it happened in the past? Teacher Prapin?
It's happened in the past.
Yes, right. You're right. So have it happen right now. So focus on the yes. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
And will it be in the future?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. And can you imagine like the situation that happened in the past and going now and it going to be in the future? So what tense are you going to learn today? What do you think?
Present simple.
Present.
Past.
Simple.
Present.
Past, present, or maybe future, right? Because
Present perfect.
okay. It can be present perfect, but it will be continuous. That means it will going to the future. Okay, let's see from picture B. Okay, so have it happened in the future?
No.
Wow, good job. So is it in the past time?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So what do you think it's about past simple or past
Continue.
Wow, good job. So how do you know continue at tense? How do you identify? Is it
กำลัง
specific time or general time? It's general.
Specific time in the past.
Specific time. Specific time in the past. Okay, thank you. We will learn past continuous and present perfect continuous tense.
Yay.
Come on.
Nothing we prepare in the group.
Things we call impromptu, the most impromptu we can do, the better can see that you're the really good teachers. Thank you again. You talk to me. I don't think that you're going to ask two things to A and B. I thought that you would love to just only one, but you did two. Thank you. Imagine no people. Great. So Choktui, you can nudge the another teams to anyone. You can choose Ajahn Penchan, Ajahn Vashini, or Ajahn Atitaya, or Ajahn Perpin, if you like. You can nudge any names.
1, 2, 3. I want to hear Ajahn Vashini.
Vashini, let's go. ทำไมต้องฆ่าน้องด้วย Let's go 3 2 1 We'll see อาจารย์ Vashini You can choose C, D, or E. Let's go, please.
Okay, see. So student, I'm not prepared. Look at the picture C. We use timeline today to help you understand. What you see in picture C? Do you know? P. Stand for?
Pass.
Pass.
Stand
Okay,
for
thank
pass.
you. And what about F?
Teacher.
Teacher.
Okay, good. And what do you think about the action? It happened in the future.
No.
No.
No, and it happened in the past.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the past until now, right?
Yeah. Yes.
What do you think it's about? The situation is about in the past until
Now.
until
Now.
now. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. That's interesting. To me, the most important things that you trying to use question to raise the awareness of using question is very important. And the second thing is whenever you try the elicitations, it start in the quote that I always say that we always know about that. Show never than tell. Involve them better than tell them. This is what we understand from the learning ideas. Right. My friend, thank you very much. You show me that your teams and your representative can elicit the question to understand the grammar instead of telling what is it about, instead of telling the grammar, but we learn about from that we use the questions more and more every day. Great. So do you think timelines is only one way to teach the meaning? Ajahn Prapin, what do you think?
I think timeline is not only one way to teach the meaning. So we can teach the meaning in another ways, I think. For example, maybe we choose a photo to tell them the meaning.
All right,
Like,
visual.
like yes, like in the last module that you show us lunch time at the restaurant, and over there is have a clock, something like that. So we can ask student when it was happened in the photo, something like that. I
All
think
right. So visual or the personalized could be one answers for everyone. So, right. Let's have a look at this one. Ajahn Penchen, right. What is this number one that they suggest here? Do you think that you use in your class, please?
Yeah, it's like an introduction of the lesson. So the first thing we need to set the clear situation or picture or story.
Right. Do you have any examples of your class? Did you try that before?
Yeah, last week I used to try the news and a picture about the student suicide from the building, and then I used that news to set the content of context or situation about past tense, like a news. It's happened yesterday. It's happened last week or something like that.
Great. So this is here. There are three more examples that you use in the classroom. So really, number one, Ajahn Pinchan already talked about that. Number two and number three and number four. Which one that you rarely use in your class? So let's start talking. Me, I rarely use the order or story or pictures as a sentence. This is one thing that I rarely use. So why? Because I think gap filling and missing the sentence is most important for me. I taught in Mathayom 6, so filling in the blanks could help the control practice activities. And which one else in our team here that you reuse or you use often? Please tell us. Come on. Provide example or the story or control practice activity gap fill. Which one that you use a lot or which one that you use least? Please tell us.
Okay, I would like to share my experience for teaching grammar activities. For like people use gap fill activity, and for me, the example of teaching grammar for my students, I let them look at example sentences that use the grammar point. Then they answer simple questions about when and why people use the grammar point. And students can underline the symbol of the grammar point in a longer text. Then they answer the simple question that help them think about when and why people use grammar point. And after that, I use the gap fill activity to practice them to learn more about how to use the grammar. That's all.
That could be this something that's similar to me. You use both of them, but you use
Yes.
number three the least. Who else can talk about your experience using how else you can teach the meaning, please?
For me, for example, I have used the activity for like simple parts. I use my experience by showing the picture of my activity with my family. Just like, look at the picture. Where did I go? Something like this. A student can share their answer like, oh, you went to the temple first, and then I try to provide example of the sentence, just like I went to, I bought, I uh uh I went to the restaurant already. Use my experience first to give them just like the target, maybe the structure, but not tell them what the subject or the structure. Give the example and then following by the control practice like พี่ต่อ or น้องแอน อาทิตยา says. But when I teach grammar, the most effective activity that I have used is about like speaking. The student can just like conduct the sentence by themselves, not just write down or do the exercise like worksheets. I have them try to use the target language in the activity, just like onion ring. Oh, what did they do last weekend, like this? I try to make like a speaking activity, not just like worksheet or gap fill or missing sentence. But
Right.
maybe at the end, we can do this.
Great. Thank you, Ajahn. Both of two of you that sharing that what you use the most and what you use the least. We can have a lot of conversation about how you teach grammar. We have an examples a lot of like a traditional method, telling the grammars and then teaching directly. But what about teaching grammar with form and pronunciations? How and why we going to emphasize on that thing? Shall we go? Right. Let's go. How can we teach form? A or B is the most interesting for you, please. A or B is the most interesting for you. Please tell us.
It's raining happy.
It should be B,
Why?
most interesting,
Give me the reason.
because the
Mhm.
student can create their own sentence
Mhm.
from the vocabulary they see. But
Mm.
for A, it's only the form and then just fill in the blank. It's quite not interesting.
So you mean that even like we teach the form, we want to show more examples, right?
Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
Interesting. Right. So this is A, find, and the light blue, and also even the circle one. So from your experience, which you use more? Underlined with light blue or pink? Which one that you prefer? Have you used that before as well? Go
In
to
different
yeah,
um
Pimisar, go ahead.
in different the same color, maybe red, but different
Mhm.
shape, like in circle and rectangle,
Mhm.
different. Mhm. Or
So
highlight.
so when you have a long passage, even listening text or reading, if you want them to analyze or separate or categories the language used, so you can use the underlined, you can use the circle one with the different colors. So this is how is help the student to understand the form. Anyone can help me with these answers.
Yes, we can help students to get noticed and to see and think about grammar in lessons that aren't just about grammar. By circling or underlining grammar parts, it is sentences or text is one way to help students review what they've they've have learned, and that we can use different color of the markers to emphasize that students to understand more. That I think color is really helpful for them to remember, in my
Correct.
opinion.
Correct. So Ajahn Prapin, how often do you use the text that we have the different tense and then they need to analyze? This is past, this is future tense. What do you think? How often do you use that? The same text that they have the different tense that rarely, never, or always, or sometimes.
I use sometime.
Mm.
Yes. Uh, when we talk about tense, sometimes we let I let student um for example, I give a postcard, a sample of postcard, and then I let them underline the sentence that show them the um, present simple tense or present uh, continuous tense in the postcard.
Right. So thank you very much, Ajahn Prapin. We are in a different Mathyom, and most of you probably teach lower secondary, and probably a few of you teach higher secondary. But the thing is, when you try to conduct the form and then you use things that really different, and it could help your student always to analyze the language happened in the text. And exactly, instead of explain the form, we can help them see and categories what is the difference. So what about teaching pronunciation? Ajahn Mariwan, I rarely use the pronunciation teaching in our classroom. But do you agree with this one? Drill, recording, mingle activities, group conversation, and also pair conversation, presentation. Wait. All right. So Ajahn Mariwan, there are 6 of categories of ideas of pronunciations. Do you think that which one is your favorite and how do you do it in your classroom, please?
Exactly. I have a variety of activity, but I think I will use like drill first because in my class the student they have a variety of knowledge background. It's like drill maybe can help the student who cannot pronounce it correctly first, and then just the student who are shy to speak. Maybe drill can help them to pronounce it correctly. And then after I use drill, maybe like in group, not individual, right?
Great.
Decide, and then together. And if you make sure that the student can pronounce, so you can have like mingle activities. Just like they know how to pronounce, they can ask the question, and they also they can answer the question after that.
Right. Thank you very much. This is going to be the last breakout room. So who are using this thing often and what is the different idea? Can you in your breakout room talk about the idea that you use in your classroom? You can think about Ajahn Mariwan, how she used in the classroom, and also you can use your ideas more. Again, which one that you use often and which one that you use the least, right? Pimisar, how many rooms are we going to be in? 2 or 3?
2.
Great. How many activities that we're going to discuss to talk
6.
about the most and the least? Ajahn Penjan, you also answer Ajahn Pimisar. No worry. 2 room goes now. 3, 2, 1. Join the room, please.
Every class we drill
Mm-hmm.
student. After that, we have let them practice to pair conversation. In a short conversation, each of them can have 2 questions and 2 answer.
All right. So for drilling, it's not only the student drilling by themselves, but the teacher can do it as well. Yeah, teacher and student drill. So I live to the days when I want to.
Maybe the internet.
Yeah. Raining and Nokta.
Learner to patient. Oh, next one, have you ever tried the sequence that clear?
Shok Tavi.
It's ring. Yes.
I don't understand what you say.
Could you present it again, please? It's
All
not
right, sorry.
clear.
Okay, so for drilling, so the student and teachers can do each other. Like when the student they have like trying to do activities or something, so the teacher can help support and can guide or drill to make it correctly. And next, recording. So I use recordings to help when sometimes I am not clear about the pronunciation. So recordings can help a lot, and it also practice learner to listen carefully and listen to the native accents.
Mhm. Or did you use the application or just video?
Application, we have application in Ojoto. So they give us from the application, and sometimes we use YouTube or like the media to help.
Mhm.
And what about you, teacher? What about Minko activities? Have you tried Minko?
Yes, I have tried one
That helps someอีกนิดนึงค่ะ I will add more for about the practice pronunciation. I let them to practice like communicating and giving opinions in that group. I also let them to practice using the no verses of grammars or words, like giving my students example or models to look at, helps them watch the video or match the example that they have seen a description. And I would like them to build up my students to help each other in their groups by let the lower level students the weaker start with the words and simple sentences first, then move on to the single paragraphs, and then more than one paragraph together with that group. That can also help our student to fill in small part of longer text with their own ideas or something like this that can help them learn faster, and they can help that group to get more to get a higher scores that they need only score please teacher something like this ประมาณนี้ค่ะ
Yeah, I really like the way that Nong Ann
microphone teacher
พี่ต่อเปิดไมค์นะคะ
Ajahn Kipkaf coming. Welcome. She's in the really urgent situation, but we don't worry about her. She joined. Thank you very much. My friend in two groups. All right. How many items that we have discussed before? 6 or 5?
6
I
Six.
heard from your discussion, you talk about your experience using. Now, after you listen to your friends in the group, even you're not finished, sorry, Ajahn Choktawi, you always said, why so fast, teacher Tor? Right. So we have 6 number: drill, recording, mingle activities, group conversation, pair conversations, and presentations. Show your fingers, not one finger in the middle, nah. Show your fingers. Which activity from your friend that you like a lot, not yourself. I know that you like yourself a lot, but after your discussion with your friends, which number 1 or number 2, number 3 or number 4, number 5 or number 6 that you think that you like from your friend's idea? I face the heavy lanes. 3, 2, 1. What's your finger? Ajahn Vashini, what's your number? 4. Ajahn Prabhin. Good. All right. We have Choktavi, Ajahn Prabhin, and Pimbisa, the same number. Why do you think mingle activity is very interesting?
Actually, mingle activities can do for the level of the student, and it will like mixability lesson activities can help, because mingle, it will decrease the anxiety of the student when they speak to the like strong speaker, or the level of English is like higher than. But if mingle, they can select to speak, or they can practice with a person who they like to deal with. So that's it.
Great, thank you. So what about number 4 and number 5? Few of you show that. Why is 4 and 5? 10.
in number 5 they can practice with their friends and their friends can correct their pronunciation.
Mm,
Mhm.
so great. So pronunciation with pair conversation, right? Thank you.
Yes.
So it's like a mingle, but mingle is freer, right? But pair, it's a fix or close pair, we call that. Mingle is open pair. What else that our friend choose? Can you talk about that? I think number 4, please. Why do you think that number 4 it's effective for you? Please.
From a good conversation that my friends from my group, she shared about the activity that she is always used by group conversation. The student can help each other, especially the strong student in each group can help like weak student. They need to speak together because they need to get some score. If you don't speak, your group cannot get the score. That's why this activity can help the student who like mix like skill or background of knowledge about the speaking skill.
All right, my friend teachers, there's one of the number 2 activities that สถาบันภาษา of SCEC, they're trying to do it, recording, right? It's like you are what we call uh, flight attendant announcements, right?
Yes,
And you
yes.
have to record in
Yeah.
what's that we call TikTok.
TikTok
e-
duet.
Who did
Duet.
who did join this activity? I think that I saw Mali one did
Yes.
it on Facebook. Who else? Oh,
Team Pisa.
oh,
It's from the
5 of
something.
you.
Mine.
Give Gav, do you know about this?
Yeah,
They-
it's
they-
from the. It's called from the something.
Yeah, it's
The
like
yeah.
มันต้องไหลลงมาใช่ไหม It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. The dialogue
could-
showing on the monitor, and then we
ไหลขึ้น
ใช่
and you can choose like what's that beginner level. What else?
Intermediate and advanced.
intermediate and advanced.
อาจารย์เบญจ what level do you choose?
I choose intermediate because advanced I cannot do
The
fast.
same as me. ใช่
อาจารย์ชกทวี did you practice level up English with the recording?
Recordings, right?
No, you don't.
What? No.
You don't know, right? อาจารย์ Mariwan,
level up.
I think you make the best of ever that I heard from other friends that around Thailand. How do you feel about like recording? Do you think that it's really improved your pronunciation, my friends?
Yes, of course. And sometimes I learn from the other teacher who publish their script, and I try to pronounce and read it on time. I have my student done this activity as well, because
Wow.
we have taught about airline announcement in our lesson with Pipa Pin. And
Good job.
student really like it. Oh, it is the one way to have the student practice. But
Ah,
a lot of my students they choose intermediate level.
Wow.
oh,
Great
wow.
job.
Can I say it myself? I never tried it before. I took part of designing that thing, but I never tried it.
You can try, Mr. Tom.
Oh, I wanna see. I
You,
wanna see.
Ajahn Mariwan,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
forget to Ajahn Benchan, Ajahn Mariwan, Ajahn Prapin, Ajahn Vipisa. Please send the link of that thing to us. It's very interesting. Right. Good. All right.
In Facebook.
Okay.
No, send it to us. The link you can show us here.
I think I
How's-
will. I think I will try, but I'm not sure about my accent.
We
So
we not
accent.
we not worry about the worry
Just
about
try
your
and
accent.
practice, right?
We practice the pronunciations. Right. So far, Ajahn Prapin, we learned a lot of different like methodologies of teaching grammar. Before Ajahn Pimpisa and Ajahn Maliwan talking about control practice, freer practice, right? But here in the module of asynchronized courses, they're talking in that different thing. They're talking about the form, meaning pronunciation, error corrections. Ajahn Choktavi, what is error corrections when we're talking about grammar?
Oh, error correction. It's the highest skill of the grammar. So it will be the chance for learners to understand deep grammar structure.
Right. So it's a feedback. Yes or no, Ajahn Choktavi?
Yes, that's right. Feedback.
So when the student produce the form of meaning, even the pronunciation, they kind of make a lot of mistakes. So that's term of the question we call learning from mistake, or practice makes perfect. And the ways that we help them or help them with the understanding of how can we prepare the grammar lesson is about like let them make the mistake and then give them the feedback. Right. So now, Ajahn Penchan, from the presentation here, What are the 4 things you need to consider when you teach grammar to the students? What is number 1?
Number 1 is form. Number 2 is meaning. Number 3 is pronunciation, and the last one is error correction.
Right. So when we understand when they use the grammar, we consider the meaning is very important. But again, before we start the meaning, we can present the form to have them consider, to have them analyze. After they understand the meaning, they can use in a conversation like a gap fill, recording, or what else? The pair mingles, something like that. After that, when they made a lot of mistakes, or even like we can see the best language ever in the conversation, we can give the feedback, right? So now think about the grammar lessons. Many of you talk that already, but again, I will break you into 3 groups because we have Ajahn Kipkav, right? Decide what grammar that you're going to teach, right? You can use the tense, you can use the conditional sentence, you can use adjective. What else you can use? Tell me, Ajahn Pimpisa, what grammar you can use?
Subject verb agreement.
Ooh, CEFR training. What else you can use, Ajahn Choktavi?
I think sentence completion.
Right. Ajahn Washini, what else that you can use in your class tomorrow? Grammar.
I'm teaching a phrasal verb now. Can I use phrasal verb?
You can use in your breakout room, okay, discussion. Have them agree with you. How you're going to teach the form and how you're going to teach the meaning. How you're going to help them with the pronunciation. After that, after they use with an activity, how you're going to fix the error corrections. 3 room or 4 rooms, Ajahn Prapin?
3 rooms.
Thank you. Recreate the room. We have 3 rooms now. Join it. This is the last minute before we finish today. 3 room, 5, 4. Oh, wait. I need. Right. 3, 2, 1. Open the room. Let's join.
Going to
We're going to teach about
Which 10? Which
which 10. That teacherต่อ ask that you answer in the big group. In the big group.
What do you think make it harder or easy form?
for มัธยม 1?
It can be past simple.
Past simple. Okay.
Or do you want double tenses? Past simple, just a single sentence.
Or
Only one tense.
Yeah, one tense.
Okay.
Past simple.
Past simple.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What about
for-
how to teach pronunciation?
pronunciation, we should have drill,
Mm,
teacher drill with teacher.
mm,
And then we can use pair word, let them match the sentence, the main clause and if clause, maybe. And the last one, what is that?
error
Uh,
correction.
error correction. Error correction.
เหมือนที่หนูได้พูดไปว่าใช้สีอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ ประมาณนี้ใช้สีก็จะช่วยได้เยอะค่ะ
Yeah.
yes
So past tense is the popular tense that the student should know. Heavy rain.
ใช่ค่ะ
Yeah, we have a heavy rain.
So that we can use it to elicit the form of the past tense with the timeline picture that
Mhm.
teacher provide us, and then we will practice the pronunciation and let them have error correction by the peers and
Yes.
teacher guidance.
Right. I think you're ready for the big group. Your team. You have only 2 people.
Only
That's
2.
great. Great. All right. We go step by step. Kipka, are you okay that you use the what's that inhalers, right? I use the T. Right. Group 1 or group 2 first?
Group 1 first.
That's good. Group 1, how do you use the grammar to teach the form, meaning, pronunciation, and who give you feedback, please?
Are we group 1?
I think that Ajahn,
Not sure.
No, I'm
We are 3. We
3.
are 3.
Okay.
We are two. You go one.
I think Ajahn Penchan and Ajahn, is it right? Ajahn Atitaya Pap, group 1, please. Room 1, not group 1, please.
If for our group we talk about past tense,
Right.
about the form, we use the timeline that the teacher taught. gave us. So I never
Mhm.
tried that one before, so I just want to use it because I try everything, but doesn't work much. Maybe the timeline will help me. And then the second one, we will use the example or the sentence to help them elicit the meaning of
Mhm.
the tense. And then let them practice pronunciation with the group and the example or the video or the audio. And then we will focus on the last one, the error correction by peer correction or teacher and friend correction. Yeah. Do you have something to add, Ms. Atitya?
Yes.
Atitya?
Yeah, first of all, teacher have to set a clear context for the students. That from teacher Pinson said that we use the timeline. We have to write with the what happened in the timeline, that let they think about the meaning and how to use it. That we have to practice like speaking, like pronunciation, the word that important in the past tense, that like yesterday, the day before yesterday, and the last week, and how to use the time words, that very important to see when they can practice with the start with the how to study the grammar, something like this. Huh.
All right. Our friends here, after you listen, we talk a little bit about like a feedback. Do you think that what errors can you find from the feedback after they practice the past tense of this group? What do you think? What could
I
be the
think
error?
the error could be pronunciation for ed sound.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Ah, very good. Well done. Right. How many types of ed sounds that we have?
3 times.
All right. What is the most difficult? The or the?
The one.
So voice or voiceless, right? Ah,
Mm-hmm.
good. So this is from your experience. So now group 2.
Group 2, we talking about conditional sentence.
Ah,
We present the form by written down the song on the board and let them sing a song.
hang on. Are you going to teach them 3 types of conditional
Yes.
sentence?
Yes, 3 times.
All right, let's try. I will listen to you.
The song for Happy Birthday rhythm. If he comes, I will go. If he came, I would go. If he had come, I would have gone. If he had come, I would have gone. And then the teacher introduced the sentence that match with the first conditional sentence, the second, and the third, and ask the question about the sentence. What is it about, to elicit how they understand the meaning of the conditional sentence. And for pronunciation, we have pair conversation. Let them create their own sentence and let them match the main clause and if clause, and give them the time to talk with their friends, and their friends correct their error first. After that, we have the teacher feedback. Thank you.
Right. Can anyone of your group talk a little bit more about feedback or errors? Right, please.
We teach like conditional sentence. The student I assume that they maybe Matayom 5 or 6 that they have learned about conditional sentence before, that like we mix 3 types together. And about the feedback, we have like peers review, like peer correction with their friend first, and then after that we can have like whole class correction.
We have 3 types of the like conditional sentence, right? Which one do you think is the most difficult for them?
The third one.
Third one.
What is
Mhm.
that? Can you give an example?
If he had come, I would have gone. Maybe if he had known you are in hospital, I would visit you.
So
Mhm.
something that happened in the past that you want to fix
Mhm.
or complain, right?
Mhm.
Wow, great. So that will probably show up on the the understanding of usage of
Mhm.
past tense or past participles.
Yes.
That could be one thing that we think about. Like thank you. Group 2, now group 3 the last. Let's go.
For group 3, okay, for group 3, we will select the past simple, and we will use the timeline to start the time to set the goal clear with the students, and then we are going to show the sentence of the form to present the form, and after that when the student will drill the pronunciation, we will use onion ring to help improve pronunciation for the student in group, and everyone can practice together. And for the last one, we use the activity error identification to give some feedback, and the learner can correct the correctness of the sentence, which part is incorrect. That's it.
Mhm. Can you give an examples of the sentence in your level that they use, please?
We pick Matthium 1 or year 7. We will show the sentence like they go to school yesterday. So which one? It's incorrect. So that we can go into went.
Right. So as you say that they're going to use mingle, am I correct, right? To practice the conversation.
Onion ring, it's a bit complex.
Right. Can you give an examples of the question that you're going to use, please? Sorry.
Actually, onion ring, we will teach them to repeat, and then what did you do yesterday? I went to school yesterday, just practice. But it will be onion, because I think Mingo sometimes they will like hide and seek. They will play like hide and seek. Someone just hide, no practice at the same time. But onion ring, we can rearrange. We can see how they arrange in the queue, and they start like rotating and doing the same time, and we can walk around.
Good. Right. Teachers, I just finished my scripting something that you just taught. I'm not sure that it's all correct or not. If you can want me to fix something, because I'm going to keep the records as your lesson plan doing. Do you think that number 1, number 2, number 3 in the chat box is all correct? If you say that's correct, I will say that this is the proper plan that you already finished from the group. Anything that I need to change, I can do it, please. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, you can review before we finish.
Group 3, correct.
Oh, thank
Group-
you. Good coach, good coach.
Group 2, okay, correct.
And then what about Group 1? Oh, past tense.
Past tense.
All right, that's a spelling. Okay, I do it.
Mm.
What else that I need to change? Great. All right. In the end, this is the last minute before we going to off the class today. Bizarre, it's time to go to bed with your khaki suit.
Take a bath first.
All right. You're good. But not Ajahn Choktavi, na. All right. Let's go. Question and answers, right? Any question and answers before we off today? 3. Mhm.
No question.
Any answers? Not good. All right. No question, right? Any question from Yasothon?
No.
No.
No
Inubon,
more question.
Inubon
Yes.
Ratchathani, we don't have any question because it's raining.
Yes. So Thon, this is the result of Bun Bang Fai.
All right. Oh, yeah. Right. So you need 2, you need 3, and you need 1. Ajahn Prapin, which one is the most interesting for you?
You need 1.
Right. So you always think about your student. Ajahn Pimbisa and Ajahn Kipka, which one is the most interesting for you after you study grammar?
For me, unit 3.
Right. You think that's about writing and activities to help you focus on the grammar. Great.
Mhm.
Ajahn Kipka, can you answer? I want to hear from you. Is she still
hold
here?
on.
All
Yeah.
right. Unit 2 or unit 3 that you like a lot? Pretend that you
Need
finished.
to.
All
Need
right.
to.
So you can see that a lot of plans and examples to use for your student. My friend teachers, all right. I know that today we've been through a lot of work from a previous week, and it's raining cat and dog everywhere. We do the catch up, yes or no, Ajahn Choktavi?
That's absolutely yes.
Right. Oi, you sound like you starting now. Ajahn Bimisa, do you know how to teach the grammar with the meaning, right?
Yes.
All right. You use the translation or you use eliciting?
2 of them.
All right, great. So with the form and pronunciation, we also learned how to use the different activity to use the grammar in use. And don't forget to give the errors in the end of the lessons. And also, I really like when you do in a group planning and we have an evidence of the lesson. You always have 0 question when it's the late night, I know. Thank you, my friends. I love it. I always love it when it's say thank you. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Thank
ใช่ไหม
you
คะ
so
ขอบคุณ
much.
ค่ะ
Good night ค่ะ
เดี๋ยวยังไม่สกินช็อตใครก็ได้สกินช็อตให้หน่อยครับผมสกินช็อตจ้าบายบายใครสกินช็อตนะอาจารย์ประพิน 3 2
Okay.
1 3 2 1ตันอาจารย์อาทิตยาภากำลังเลี้ยงลูกด้วยนมอยู่ บายบายขอบคุณมาก
Okay.
ครับขอบคุณครับ thank you ขอบคุณครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Good night
no
ค่ะ
no record anymore. 3 2 1 pause the recording, stop the